The pandemic remains the most significant threat we face, and it will require vigilant attention for months to come. The risk is still serious, and so is the pressure on our hospitals and medical personnel. Even so, we should take encouragement where we find it, starting with the breakthrough that will change everything. If last year was a virus, this year will be the year of the vaccine. Some have asked, why not end the public health emergency? It's simple. Because we are in a public health emergency. I've been entrusted by the people of Arizona with this responsibility. I'm not going to hand over the keys to a small group of mayors who have expressed every intention of locking down their cities. And by the way, look at the experience of the other states that did lock down. What do they have to show for their strict mandates and orders? They're still dealing with the worst of it, just as we are. I'm well aware that taking the measured, steady, responsible approach will continue to invite criticism from all directions that we're doing too much or not enough. The critics can say what they want, but the path I've outlined is the right path for Arizona. Here's the short of it. Arizona has taken the measured course, and all the same strengths that carried us through our worst days will carry us forward. All 50 states are focused now on saving lives, distributing the vaccine, and adding jobs. And in meeting these challenges, no state is better prepared than Arizona. It's been a small mercy of this pandemic that the virus is least likely to harm our children, although there are exceptions. Of course, their teachers are a different matter, and that's why we're making sure that teachers receive the vaccine as quickly as possible. Across our state, students have been kept out of their classrooms for long enough. They've lost out on childhood experiences that can't be duplicated on a computer screen. In strange, difficult circumstances, parents and teachers have done their resourceful best. But it's time to get our students back where they belong. With every public health professional, from Dr. Fauci and the CDC on down, saying that the safest place for kids to be is in school, we will not be funding empty seats or allowing schools to remain in a perpetual state of closure. Children still need to learn, even in a pandemic. By necessity, during this emergency, many parents have been more engaged than ever in the daily education of their children. Quite a few have found temporary educational options they want to make permanent. It's their right. Public policy should keep pace and empower them to make that choice. But still, other kids have fallen behind. There's been severe learning loss. Kids have missed out on so much. So let's put our resources on getting them caught up. Before COVID, we had an achievement gap in our schools, and it's only gotten worse. It's a problem detailed in a report just last week from one of the state's leading business organizations, with data showing the gap in student achievement often falling squarely down economic and racial lines. Distance learning has not been good for these students, who often don't have Wi-Fi or a laptop available. So starting now, let's direct resources to helping these children catch up. Summer school, longer school days, one-on-one targeted instruction, tutoring. It should be our goal that every student graduates high school on time and at grade level. This is consistent with the education innovation for which Arizona is known. At the heart of that movement is the idea that every child, regardless of background, is entitled to a great education and all the opportunities that come with it. So I propose in this session, we work together to reform and lower taxes and preserve Arizona's good name as a responsible, competitive state. On tax reform, let's think big. In the coming weeks, legislators and I will have a lot more to talk over. There's general agreement, for instance, on COVID liability protection, so that a statewide emergency doesn't line the pockets of trial attorneys with frivolous lawsuits. There's also an opportunity for a modernized gaming compact that will bring in more revenue for our tribal nations and our state budget. Among other items requiring our attention, let's work on broadband expansion, greater access to telemedicine, better roads and bridges, continuing to be a global leader on water innovation, better equipment and training for law enforcement, criminal justice reform, and guarding against wildfires so we stay on top of that ever-present risk. With remote learning by many state employees, we also have the chance to further limit the size, cost, and footprint of government. Let's truly shrink government by eliminating unnecessary state buildings and saving taxpayer dollars so we can prioritize areas of need